Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you your daily tarot reading for today, Monday, the 21st of June 2021. It is winter solstice for us here in the Southern Hemisphere, which means the shortest day and the longest night. But it also means that things are shifting and changing, and that we are moving from the dark and into the light, moving towards brighter days. And for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the opposite, isn't it? It is your summer solstice, and it is moving towards the winter, moving towards the darkness, and leaving the light. Today, I am working with the new Gilded Tarot Royale, and I have shuffled and laid out 3 cards. Let's get into it and see what is the energy of today, the 21st of June, 2021. The first card we have is the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is the card of stress and anxiety. So there's a lot on your mind, there's a lot that you're pondering, there's a lot that you're thinking. But it generally, when this card comes up, it generally says that your stress and your anxiety, the worry and the anxiety that you're having, only really shows itself in the middle of the night when nobody else is around. So during the day, you're putting on a brave face. During the day, you're pretending like everything is great and there's no issues. But it's generally speaking at night when you're alone in your bed that your worries, your stresses come to the fore, and is when you're having to deal with it and you're feeling very overwhelmed by the stress, by the worry, and by the anxiety. We also have the Ten of Wands, and we've had this Ten of Wands come up, well, not this particular one, but a Ten of Wands come up quite a few times recently. Ten of Wands is about feeling overburdened. It's about feeling like you don't know if you're ever going to make it, if you're ever going to arrive and achieve and do all the things that you want to. I know it's quite difficult to see, but this is an uphill. Okay, he's walking uphill. He's carrying a heavy load, and he's walking uphill. He's taking long, slow, 1 foot, and it's a struggle, and he's feeling very overwhelmed. So the 2 cards that we have, the first 2 cards that we've drawn, both are depicting or showing overwhelm, showing anxiety, stress, pain, difficulty, challenges, all of those kind of things. But both of them are saying, you know what, we're being brave. We're not giving up. We are persisting. We are pushing through, even though you're battling to sleep at night, even though the anxieties are getting the better of you. I want to show you this little owl in the back window, okay? So even though she's feeling so alone and she's feeling like, the whole world is out there to get her, there is this owl that's sort of coming through. I just want to, there we go, get the camera to focus on it. This owl that's coming through represents wisdom, represents somebody that's there for you, represents the fact that you're not alone. So there's even this being, this beautiful angelic being that's there, that's also saying to you, you know what, hand your worries over. Hand your stresses over. Don't feel like you need to hold on to everything on your own, because you don't. You can actually share the burden with somebody else. Even here with him, there are these deers, there are these animals in the background, but he doesn't always have to do everything on his own. And I think this is the message for you, is that you're not alone. You don't have to carry all your burdens by yourself. There are people, there are opportunities, there are situations, there are circumstances where you could hand your stress and your worry and your anxiety over to somebody else. Don't feel like you have to carry everything by yourself all the time. Let's have a look at our last card, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think that's quite an appropriate one, because the Wheel of Fortune is the karma card. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune says to you, it doesn't matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter what you're doing, the wheel turns. We can't stop time. Time is just, evolution, time and everything. It just keeps ticking over. There's nothing that we can do to slow it down. There's nothing that we can do to stop it. So getting yourself, trying to do everything on your own is silly, really, when there are people who can help you. And actually, you've got to reach out. This is your lesson. This is your opportunity. This is what you need to learn in this lifetime, is that we don't always have to do everything on our own, by ourselves, for ourselves, with ourselves. Let's share the burden. Let's reach out to other people. Let's draw other people in, because that is the way it goes. We've got to work together as a team. We've got to all come together instead of just trying to do everything so on your own. So really the message is, don't be so independent. Okay, don't be so independent. Hand your stresses and your worries over to anybody else, but understand that while you're working yourself to the bone, while you're stressing yourself terribly, the rest of the world just carries on. Nobody else is impacted by your worry, your concern. Everybody's just carrying on regardless. So why don't you share the load rather? Let's share the load. Let's distribute the load so that we don't have to do it on our own. And that way, you also get to enjoy life a little bit. You also get to. So as we go through this winter solstice, and as we move from from the days getting darker to moving towards the days getting longer and lighter, we have to understand that we have to change our behaviors, we have to change our patterns, we have to change our way of perceiving and carrying our burdens, and we need to start distributing and sharing the load, because that is just the way it is. You must not handle it all on your own. Don't try and hold on to everything. Let's redistribute, let's share. And if we do, and we're not just sharing the struggles, let's share the good as well. Let's share the bounty, let's share the struggles, let's share everything. Let's work together as a culture, as a community, as a people, as a species. Let's work together, because that is where the beauty lies of life. Life is better when we do things together. And I really think that's the message that's coming through for you today. Today, Monday, as we go into the week, don't try and be so independent. Don't try and do everything on your own. Share the load, share with everybody else, bring other people in to take some of the responsibility so that you get to enjoy the good life as well. Friends, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. Until we connect again, take care.